the world's smartest light bulb. What does it do? I'm Callie Lewis. Welcome to Geek Beat. All right, well, I am super excited to have Swapnil and Corey here from ilumi. All right, you guys,
Yes.
you tout that this light bulb is the smartest light bulb out there. So we're gonna just get right into it and find out why.
There you go.
All right.
Start walking me
Let's
through
do it.
all of the different, just start with what it is.
Yeah.
It's a smart light bulb, but what does that mean?
Exactly. So it's a series of LED lights. Think of your normal LED light bulb screwed in like any other.
They just go up in the ceiling.
Just go up in the ceiling inside of a lamp. We've got two different sizes, a larger one that's for kind of your recessed lighting and a smaller that's more for your everyday light bulb. Except through the app, you can control your lighting to do amazing things. You're essentially getting like a full lighting control system by just screwing in a light bulb and downloading the app.
Okay, so I see that you have like a blue and a pink and a white one. Do I have to buy the different colors?
It gives you complete flexibility in color and control. So right now what we have is the setup process. So let's say you just took these out of the box, screwed them into 4 different sockets, downloaded the app, and this is kind of the first thing that you see.
Okay.
So this is the pairing process. Automatically the lights actually connect to the app. So this is, your setup pairing. You wanted to make it easy. So I'm just going to group these real quick. So I've got this small one here. I'm going to create a new group. Let's say this is your living room. Going to name that. And then I've got this large one. Okay. Create another group. Maybe that's in the kitchen. Another large one. I'll throw that in the kitchen too. And this last small one in the group.
Oh, wow.
So you know kind of which one is which. That's kind of the reason for the coloration.
That was super easy. Just drag and drop.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Save, close it. And you can also have your user ID and password. So ilumi know, okay, this is my controller.
This is my set.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like your local network.
Okay, so a couple things are coming to mind.
Yeah.
How am I connecting to them?
Great question. So
It's Bluetooth low energy.
Okay. So obviously not going to use up a whole lot of energy because it's the low energy Bluetooth kind. But okay, so with Bluetooth I can only connect to one at a time?
Well, no, you can connect to multiple. The great thing is that they talk to each other, forming a mesh network. So
it's a mesh network.
Not just extending the range, but total number of ilumi you can talk through your app.
Okay, so because it's through the app and it's forming its own little mesh network, I'm not connecting individually to each light bulb via Bluetooth. That's how you can have access to all of them.
And there's this really great thing happening with Bluetooth in Bluetooth Low Energy where it's a lot more flexible, it's a lot more robust, and that's why it's being adopted in all the new iOS devices, all, Android just released support for it. So we're really riding that wave of BLE as kind of the connected device protocol of the future.
Yeah. Okay. So that's out of the way. I can connect to all of them at the same time and have access to control over my entire house.
Exactly.
What's next?
Yeah. So super simple to set up. Now you get kind of that individual and group control. So you can simply turn your lights on or off right through the app. Just a simple drag and drop. Nice. I can do that for each group. Or if you wanted to get, let's say, that one light in the corner of the kitchen to adjust that, you could turn that on or off. So just kind of an added layer of convenience. But there's more. I'm going to say that a lot as we go through the demo, but there's more.
Wait, there's more.
So you can also adjust kind of the tone of the light at different times. So what we understand is that, with a space, it creates, it's used for different things at different times.
Yeah.
Normally with our lighting, it's either on or off, okay, or maybe you dim it a little bit. Different light actually does wonders in terms of creating different functions for a space.
So if you're having a candlelight dinner versus a party versus just reading at home.
Yeah, and one of the weird things with LEDs, it's great that they last for 20 years or so, right? But when you're asked what color do I want my kitchen to be for the next 20 years, what color temperature, it's kind of like a hard decision to make. You're locked into that for so long. Whereas really you're going to require different look and feel for different things.
Yeah,
so
not all of us are rich enough to have a space for each different use in our home, right?
Exactly. So through the app, you can easily adjust to different variations of color and brightness. So I'm adjusting here the large one. So we have a cooler white light as well as kind of a warmer white light. And then you can get into kind of the full spectrum of color as well. So the full
So you can go at any
rainbow.
color you can possibly want.
Color. Exactly.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and at any point you can also save kind of some of your favorites here at the bottom with what we call the swatch.
Okay.
You can also adjust the brightness down.
I just have to say, you guys have done a fantastic job with the interface itself.
Yeah,
Whoever
thanks, Kelly.
did that, brilliant. I'm sure it came from your minds.
Yeah.
But it looks easy to use.
Yep.
Okay, so as I'm kind of setting moods around the house, another thing that piqued my interest from your video on Kickstarter, by the way, so we're going to talk about that here in a second, is that you can kind of, it's smart enough to like follow you out of the house, like it'll turn off as you walk out the house.
Exactly. So there's a number of other things inside the light that gives it kind of computing intelligence. That's why we say it's kind of the world's smartest light. So there's a real-time clock, there's a processor, memory, and then in using Bluetooth within the device, we can do a number of different things. We call them experiences, right? Because if you think about how you interact with light. So having your lights automatically turn off when you leave based on either geotagging or proximity profiles, or even as you move from room to room is one of the experiences.
And that has it all built into this one light bulb.
Correct.
Into all of them.
Correct.
That is freaking awesome.
Thank you.
I want as I'm walking out of the house, because there's one light in my house that I always leave on, and that's the closet light.
Yeah.
Like it has a light switch as opposed to like shutting when you shut the door. And I always come home and I'm like, darn it!
It's on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as I walk out of the closet, it would
Yeah.
be fantastic to have that just go off.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can even automate the lighting. So, you might not even want to worry about it. Okay, it could sense once you're gone, but, you can have your lights in the morning. I just did kind of a simulated sunrise, so wake you up
And you can
in the
even
morning
program it to the experience. So one of your examples is setting an alarm. So
Exactly.
when you wake up in the morning, your alarm goes off and the light comes on.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So, kind of how can we improve people's lives with lighting, since it's an important aspect of every space that we're in, right? And both in creating different functions with that space, but everyday interactions, right? I left my light on.
No,
or
not
help
just
me wake up.
that. It's like from security to wellness lighting, as Corey mentioned. Security is like, okay, you're on vacation, just say vacation mode, and lights turn on, off automatically. Looks like someone is still there, and all the wellness applications connect to your ilumi to data.
Yes.
Like if someone is in the stock market, okay, say I'm in red or in the green.
That quick feedback.
Although I'm not sure you really want that kind of feedback on your stocks, right? You might go crazy. Now, if you're talking about other applications connecting to it, is it open or is it proprietary? Is Zigbee, Z-Wave compatible?
Yeah, so
it is?
It's not.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I know it's a great question. John probably would be disappointed we're not using Zigbee or Z-Wave, but it's Bluetooth, and we are creating an SDK. And kind of with the surge of Bluetooth devices that are out there, one, we want to make sure that what we're doing in our interaction with lighting is, phenomenal. And then through the SDK or in working with other folks that are kind of in that connected device area using Bluetooth, I think the potential applications are endless.
Now, what is this I see up on the app itself? There's some music?
Yeah, so
this is something we missed?
This is the experiences, right? So we have your basic groups control, and then we have experiences, which are kind of the things like,
Okay, the we were just talking about.
Yeah, so Rise and Shine, Music Sync, Candlelight is one effect that's kind of fun to see. So creating this unique romantic atmosphere, open a bottle of wine, and the like.
Now, speaking of kind of experiences, one of the experiences I'm wondering about is having multiple people in the house wanting different things. How do you control that?
So through the kind of network name and password, you can grant access to those folks that you want. Right now, it's kind of you're all sharing the same profile, so to speak. Later on, we can get into hierarchies and things like that. But to start off, we're trying to keep it simple. So that keeps the neighbors out. But who your device is in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. So if there's anything, is there anything else I need to know?
There's one experience that's awesome.
Okay. Wait, it
so
plays
we've
music?
got, it does.
Okay.
So we're playing music through the device and then coordinating that music.
So as it goes to the beat.
Yes,
is what you're saying.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Kind of like Creepy Kitty over here. That cat does it as well.
Oh, nice. We maybe should package them together.
Right.
Creepy Kitty
Exactly.
and an Ilumi. Perfect.
That'd be awesome. Okay, so you guys are on Kickstarter. You
Yes.
have way surpassed your goal of $20,000?
$25,000.
$25,000, and you're at like 60,000 something
Yeah.
as of the recording right now. But you also have 25 days to go or something like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, guys, get on the bandwagon if you're interested in this. Cost? Is this going to just break my wallet?
So there's a good and bad side to that. I wouldn't say bad. So
Nothing's bad. Come on,
right,
don't,
right.
don't pitch it that way.
So the retail price is $89 and $99. On Kickstarter, we've got some great deals for our early supporters.
Per what?
Per each individual light. So the large is $99 retail and the small is $89.
Okay.
On Kickstarter, as of right now, I think you can get a deal where this is 79 and 69.
Okay.
So a nice little thank you for being an early supporter. But they're also LED, which is the really good news. There's the good news and the really good news.
They're going to last forever.
So they last forever, and they actually pay for themselves in energy savings. So
and how
over
long?
the course of
How long is
it
that
depends
good?
kind of how you use them. It could be, you know, on 3 hours a day. It could be 6 years of the 20 years. If you're using them for 24 hours a day, it could be less than 2 years, where you'll start seeing significant savings.
So up to 20 years based on the lighting standards what we have in place.
Well, anytime you're looking at buying LED lights, just like John went through at his house, you're looking at a cost. You know, they're obviously going to be more expensive than your average everyday light bulbs. But these are really awesome. They do some really cool stuff. I can't wait to get my hands on them and get them in my house.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome.
Where can people go to get more information?
So you can go to our website, which is ilumi.co, ilumi.co.
So not com, .co.
And from there you can easily get to our Kickstarter campaign, watch our video, and find out more about us.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, guys.
You so
Great
much.
idea that came out of your college education, right?
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
It was like light bulb movement.
Bing. All right, guys, head on over to ilumi.co for more information. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
My name is Daan Roosgaarden. I'm designer slash artist slash architect from the Netherlands, and we're here in Austin, Texas, in South by Southwest. Well, one of the reasons why I went to USA is because they have a quite liberal agenda of merging the worlds of nature and technology. In the last year, I really became fond of biomimicry. So what can we learn from nature and apply that to the built environment, to roads, to public spaces, to our urban landscape. When you have a jellyfish deep underwater, it creates its own light. You know, it does not have a battery or a solar panel or an energy bill. It does that completely autonomous. What can we learn from that? This is one of the first explorations where we merge the luciferin, the element which produces light, in a firefly or in a jellyfish, merging it with existing plants. So these are plants which actually at night they glow, you know, without any battery, without any solar panel. And this is one of the first editions that were just shipped to my hotel room, and I'm really excited to have one of the first in my hand. This is a very small version, which is produced in New York by a university there, and right now we're teaming up with them to make a really large one, like a tree, which glows at night instead of standard street lighting. Yeah, and I mean, come on, that will be incredibly fascinating to have this energy neutral, but at the same time, these very poetic landscapes. Yeah. And I think in the end, technology will completely disappear. I don't think we'll be looking at screens so much again anymore in the coming 10-15 years. So what happens when technology jumps out of the computer screen and becomes a part of the things that we wear, the roads that we drive on? That's, I think, where the real challenge lays.